Hey everybody, this lesson should go pretty fast, just like the last one. Here we're adding and subtracting mixed numbers. Don't forget, all your lessons can be found at MrMathBlog.com. So if you go to MrMathBlog.com, I have that page right here, sorry. So here's MrMathBlog.com. And then over here is 5th grade. So if you click 5th grade over there, it'll take you to this. And as soon as I get done loading these up, it'll go right here. I just did section 6.5, adding and subtracting fractions. So here we're going to add and subtract mixed numbers here. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. And if you guys can, would you guys click like and or subscribe? And here's our Common Core strand for our teachers. And then our question is, how can we add or subtract mixed numbers that don't have the same denominator? Okay. So let's go ahead and get started here. Colt mixed 1 4/5 pounds of nuts with 2 1/10 pounds of raisins. How many pounds of mix did he make? Okay. So what operation are we going to use here? Well, we're going to use addition, obviously. And then do they have this have the same denominators? No, they sure don't. So one's 5, one's 10. So I'm going to say nope on that. So let's go ahead and add these two fractions together, okay? So to find the sum of mixed numbers with unlike denominators, we can use the common denominator, so just like the last lesson here. So let's estimate this sum right here to see if our answer is going to be reasonable at the end. 4/5 is almost close to 1 because 4 is almost close to 5. This is almost 1, so this is almost 1 plus 1 or 2. 1/10 is a really small number, so we'll pretend like that's a 0. And this is almost 2 right here, so this is 2 and a little bit more. So this is like 2 plus 2. So our answer, it says estimate. I'm going to estimate it's going to be 4 right there, okay? So as long as we get an answer that's close to 4, we should be good. So let's find a common denominator, and we'll use it to write equivalent fractions with the common denominator, okay? All right, so now the common denominator is 10, because like in the last lesson, 5 goes into 10, so all we have to do is change this one. So if we multiply it by 1, our 1 is 2 over 2. That way we get 5 times 2 or 10, and 4 times 2 is 8. So this becomes 1 8/10. Don't forget about this 1 right here, okay? So that's going to go right here, 1 8/10 right there. And now we're going to add 2 1/10. All right, so now we're going to add the fraction parts, and then we'll add the whole numbers. So 8/10 plus 1/10. Now we just add the top pieces. 8 plus 1 is 9/10. Okay, then add the whole numbers. We get 3 9/10. Okay, so Colt mixed 3 9/10 pounds of mix of nuts and raisins. So it sounds like Gorp. Gorp is what we used to do with trail mix that we'd go hiking with. So explain how we know that our answer was a reasonable answer. Well, here is our estimate. Our estimate was 4 right there, and our actual answer was 3 9/10. Well, 3 9/10 is almost 4 right there. So our answer was close to our estimate of 4, so we know it's going to be a reasonable answer. So what other common denominators could we have used? Well, with 5 and 10. Well, any multiple of 10, because any multiple of 10 is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and any multiple of 10, 5 goes into, so any multiple of 10 would have used on that one. We just would have had to reduce it at the end a little bit more. Let's do the same thing with these guys here. 4 5 6 minus 2 3/4. Okay, so we got to get a, let's estimate first, you guys. So 4 5 6 is close to 5. 2 3/4 is close to 3. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Our answer is going to be somewhere close to 2 right there. Okay, so we're going to find a common denominator and then use the common denominator to write equivalent fractions with like denominators. Okay, well, one denominator is not a multiple of the other, so if you can't see the lowest common denominator, you can just multiply it. 4 times 6 is 24, so that'll be a common denominator right there. It's 24. So if we multiply this one by 1, but it's 4 over 4, that way we get 24 downstairs. This one we're going to multiply by 1, but our 1 is 6 over 6 to get us 24 down here. Okay, 5 times 4 is 20 over 24. 3 times 6 is 18 over 24. So we're going to get our common denominators of 24. All right, so now we're going to subtract the fraction parts here first, and then we'll subtract the whole numbers. Okay, so 20 over 24 minus 18 over 24. We just subtract the numerators now that we have common denominators. 20 minus 18 is 2 over 24. And then subtract 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. And then now we got to write the answer in simplest form. Well, 2 goes into 2 and 2 goes into 24. So 2 goes into 2 once and 2 goes into 24 12 times. So this is going to be 2 and, whoops, I made a mistake. This is supposed to be 1/12 right there. So sorry, that should be a 1/12 right there, okay? All right. That should be still 1/12 right there. I'm going to have to change that on every piece right here. So explain how we know that this answer is reasonable. Well, 2 and 1/12 is going to be close to 2, so we know it's going to be a reasonable answer right there. Okay, so since our answer is close to our estimate answer, then the answer is going to be reasonable. Okay, hey, if you guys can, don't forget to click like. Take care, you guys.